Miho had a dog. His name was Ron. Every morning she got up early and took him for a walk. Before they went back home, they always visited the park near their house and sat under the biggest tree in the park. There she talked to him about her school life, friends and family. He always watched her and listened to her stories. After she talked, he always barked at her once. He looked happy and she thought that he could understand her well. She loved her time with Ron. Miho became a junior high school student. She joined the volleyball club. She practiced early in the morning and after school. She was busy every day, so she didn't spend much time with Ron. Before she went to school, she always said to Ron, "I'm sorry, Ron." He looked very lonely. One day, when Miho was a second-year student, she became captain of the volleyball club. She was very happy and wanted to tell it to her family soon. After she practiced volleyball, she ran to her house. But her parents weren't there. Then, she thought, I should tell it to Ron too. She ran to Ron and said, "Ron, I became captain." He didn't look at her. She said, "Ron, are you listening to me?" He didn't move. "Look at me. I'm talking to you." "Well, if you don't want to listen to me, I will not talk to you," said Miho and went into the house. Then, her parents came back home. She told them that she became captain. Her father said, "I'm glad to hear that. You should understand each player to make a good team." Miho said, "Thanks, father. I'll do that." The next day, during dinner, her father said, "I think Ron is a little strange these days." "Really?" said Miho. "When I took him for a walk, he usually walked slowly and sometimes stopped. I think he is old and can't see or hear well," said her father. Then, she said to herself, "He can't?" Her father said, "And Ron often sat under the biggest tree in the park and didn't want to move for a long time." "Under the tree?" said Miho and ran to Ron. She said, "Ron, I'm so sorry." The next morning, Miho walked slowly with Ron to the park. They sat under the biggest tree for a while. Miho thought, "This is our favorite place." Then she said slowly, "Ron, when we come here, we always have a wonderful time. Will you come here with me again? I will try to understand you." Ron looked at Miho and barked at her once.